identify a female is the main, what is it called? The main way you can identify a female is by looking at the, what is it called? The genital papilla. So
let's come and identify male and female. So just bring it up. Let them tell us whether it's male or female. So, yeah, come on. What is that? Look at it and tell me what is it.
This one is male.
Male.
It's female.
This one is male.
No.
If you say male, raise up your hand. I want to know.
Let us see well.
Oh, no. Yeah, if you know it's male,
okay.
raise up your hand. 1. Baba Pupa, 2, 3, 4. If you say it's female, let me see your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you don't know what it is, let me see your hand.
One of the above.
If you say it's male, why do you say it's male, Baba? Is that papilla? If you say it's female, Baba, you say it's female.
No, male.
That's what it's female. You are not
Female.
Oh yeah, tell us why.
This place is it has 2 openings.
2 openings.
Yes. This place is an opening for the physics, and this one is for the egg.
Okay. Clap for him.
But
Especially you that you say it's male.
excuse me. That's why I say you should turn it. We are not seeing the second hole yet. Did you see?
Sorry.
No.
We didn't see now.
You didn't see.
We didn't see it. That's why I say you should turn it so that we see.
Okay.
We know.
Who can carry fish? Let somebody come and carry this one. Put the 2 together so that you know the difference. Madam.
I don't find.
Oh yeah, okay. Come and help me.
I can carry.
Yeah, take. You can use
give
it.
him.
See, farmer.
It is her. I want. She will carry fish before leaving here. So now, oh yeah, look at the 2.
This one is a boy.
It's a boy.
Boy.
Okay, look at this.
Yeah, you are a
Now.
woman, so-
This is what I call papillae. This one is rope-like. This is the hole. There you have 2 holes. That's a simple way to identify them. 2. This is 1 opening. This is 2nd opening. This one is only 1 opening for defecation. This one is the papillae. This is what they call genital for male. Did you see it here? So, and I said that. How do you know that a female is ready? Who can remember what we said yesterday?
You said we should get hose.
We should do biopsy.
Biopsy.
Yeah, okay,
So
yeah.
you place that.
You put it inside this genital.
You suck it a bit.
You suck it a bit
And you put it on the transparent.
on transparent thing and check it. Now, if you don't have that luxury, what do you do again? You press it gently. So if this fish is ready, it must give us, you see, egg. So this egg now, and I said that you can check it. Now, how do you check it?
Is that the egg?
That's the egg. Exactly, that's the egg. This egg can be green, can be brown-like, different color according to the species. Now, you look at it very well. What are those characteristics of a matured egg? That it has egg now does not mean that this fish is ready for breeding. You have to look at the stage of the egg, whether it has matured or over matured. Now, what do you look for? You look for the sizes, the regularity in sizes. This egg here, they have common sizes, because if you look at it under microscope, you see that they are the same. Look at this one, look at this one. When you look at this one, they are of the same size. If it is not ready, you see that this one will be bigger, this one will be smaller, this one will be bigger, this one will be smaller. Another thing you have to look at is there's something they call micropyle. That's the mouth, the door in the egg. Now, when you look at this properly, you'll find out that there's something like a pin dot on it. Come and identify and see that you can see it.
Let's be
I think-
seeing or
I
looking
think it's better you come to the middle.
picture that we are doing. Please.
Did you identify the hole?
Yes.
Put your eyeglasses and look at it, because when you look at it, you see that it's like there's something like a dot in the egg. If the egg is not mature, things like that will not be there. You will be able to see that there's a nucleus inside, and there's water that surrounds something that is black in it.
We'll be seeing it without the microscope.
Yes. And if you cannot see it, I said that you should get a transparent stainless plate with some water in it.
No, you
Drop
can see this white.
a pinch like this of this egg inside that water.
In the middle. In the middle.
You understand? Then you put it under sun, shining sun. All these things that I'm telling you, you'll be able to see. Is anybody who can agree with me that this egg has that dot that I'm talking about?
Yes. Is it this tiny?
Yes.
Tiny?
Yes.
In between.
Yes.
In between.
Did you see? So that's the micropyle. When the egg is not ready, that thing will not be there. And when it is over ready, it will be as if milk cover it.
Okay.
There will be like something like a milk or a oil cover that dark spot. So that tells you that that fish has overripe. So if you use it, the the hatchability rate will be very low, less than 50%. So ensure that you know that. This is very, very important. I told you, broodstock is very expensive. If you spend a lot of money to buy it and you don't get value. So over to you, Steven.
So next step is after identifying your female, so the next thing is you have to inject. But first of all, you have to weigh in order to know the quantity of hormone to inject it with. So we have ovulin, we have ovatide, and we have what is it called, ovaprene. But we are making use of ovulin as our hormone. So you inject with half of the body weight. So you bring out your syringe.
After knowing the weight of the...
Exactly, sir. So then... this is above 1 kg. You understand? Let's assume this is 1 kg. Then, so you'll be...
half of 1 kg.
What is the injection rate? If anybody remember. What is the rate per body weight? How many?
20%.
No.
0.2.
0.4. 0.5. If you can look at the body, the instruction is there. You can read it. This is the chemical one that I'm saying that they are selling. You know, this is pituitary hormone.
You've done that, yes.
Yeah, so this is
that water?
This one is ovulin. This is
Injected
Chinese.
overnight already.
And you said it's the same thing as that pregnant woman's.
Yes, and use them.
You should not put it outside. Yeah, they said it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not putting it.
Okay, so no wahala. So you will see the injection rate there, 0.4, 0.5 ml per 1 kg of the fish. So that's what you want to get.
Just give me the volume.
Then you either inject above or below the lateral line. So I believe you can identify the lateral line.
No, you can't identify it. Show it to them. The lateral line is like the backbone. Yeah, it's on the side of the fish. That the line there is the imaginary line in the middle of the fish from the...
This is the lateral line. So
That's
either
the lateral.
you inject above or below the lateral
Not
line.
along the line.
Not exactly.
But it's better above because that's where a lot of nerves are. So the hormone will be able to enter into the bloodstream of the fish
Towards the
You're
head.
injecting
towards
with,
the head, pointing towards the head.
ovulin.
Because
I'm making use
that's
of
where the
water.
battery
We've
is.
injected overnight.
Okay.
Then you press it in,
Massage.
you massage.
You massage it and you draw your syringe slowly.
You see dead.
Because it's covered. It's covered the place.
And you can't inject alone. So you have to like look for someone to hold the head, to
You
pin the
remember
head
what we said
down.
yesterday? To calm down your fish, you cover the eyes. And that's what it is. That's why it's calm.
When you cover it,
It's a calm. And always use a wet towel.
okay.
Wet towel
Oh, it's weird.
all the time.
You have to press.
So that's how fish is injected. Sometimes you may inject male. Sometimes we inject male. Why? You know, I told you yesterday, we want that spermatozoa to be very active. So if you inject, sometimes we inject half dose to male, so that when you harvest the meat will be good and the spermatozoa will be active. It's like you just drug it. Because when this fish now wants to get ready, the people who are sleeping here will tell you there will be noise in the night.
Yes.
You will see the fish, you know, jumping, making itself, you know. In the night, you see, what happened to this fish? That's why when you inject like this, make sure that you put it in a big bowl. And if you put it in a small bowl, you wake up, you will not see your fish. The fish will have gone. walk away and go and die in one gutter somewhere. So when you inject it, it's like you have given it a steroid, because this thing is like a steroid in its body. So what it's going to do is going to gather the eggs. All these eggs, naturally, this fish will have reabsorbed it into its body. It doesn't want to release it, you know, because it thought the condition and the environment is not conducive. Because you have brought it out from the nature, you have put it in a captivity, in prison. You understand? So when you now inject this now, this will now force everything inside him, match it together. Then when the latency period is over, you see that egg. That's what we are going to see now. The one they injected last night, you will see what has happened to it. So that's why once you inject this fish, ensure that you keep it properly, so that overnight, when this hormone is working in his body, he will be looking for ways to escape, because the blood will be warm and he will get extraordinary power. If you eventually jump out from the bowl where you kept it, that may be the end of that fish. You understand? So you have to ensure that they are kept. Sometimes if you have access to this kind of tank, when you inject it, just put it in the tank and make sure that the water is not much, very low water, just to cover the head. If you are using smaller plastic like that, ensure that you have a screen to cover it.
Iron screen.
Don't put something to cover it without hair. Use something like a screen so that there will be hair. So if it jumps, you will still find it there, and ensure that you hold it down, because it can get extraordinary power. So sometimes we inject male too, you know, for you to not to really to have a swimming sperm when you want to use it. And when you want to inject male, you just use half dose of what you give to female. So like we are injecting female at 0.4, 0.5 ml per kg. Who can guess? What are we going to give to male? 0.2 thereabout. You just give it. Now, yesterday we talked about the pituitary on the head of the fish. So if you don't have this, when you harvest the male, when you kill the male, instead of you allowing the male to waste, what do? You harvest the pituitary. You open this place, like I told you, you know, you remove it, then you store it in an empty bottle like this, you know. First of all, inside the alcohol, remove it, then get something that is empty like this one, that have airtight. So put it there, label it. What is the weight of the fish I harvested from 1 kg? You write it on the body. So you put it in the fridge. Anytime you want to use it, bring it out, grind it, mix it with saline water. Then you now use for injection. So, you know, normally we will kill male. I don't know, you have done that this morning. Yeah. So that's what we are going to do now. So let's go ahead. Don't let me talk too much. Now, this is an assignment. When you go to the class, all the equipment that you see here, they are using for action. Write it down and tell me when we get to the class. The actual equipment that you see here, please list it when we get to the class. It's an assignment.
Yes. So while waiting for your latency period,
So this is,
you have to prepare your
yes,
meat.
this is meat.
Made
now.
always stable.
Can you tell us what time you inject?
The man that they sacrifice.
Injected around 9:55.
9:55. So now that means that the temperature is low because it's rained overnight. If we injected at 9:55 and the temperature is around 27, degree, that means how many hours? Can anybody guess? What time is it now? 9 yesterday.
It's 9:18.
Is it 9 now?
Yes.
How many hours is that?
That's 12 hours.
12 hours. So that means our temperature is around what? It's around 27 and 25. So that's why by now it's almost getting ready. If there were no rain, the temperature comes to around 30. By now the egg will start flowing. If you are not there, the egg will be wasted because nothing can stop it from coming out. Now he wants to harvest the male's milk. That's what he wants to do. And I told you that there's no way you can know whether a fish male is good or not. You have to wait until this operation is done. So as soon as it does that, you are going to tell me whether the meat that we are going to harvest is good for the operation or not. Somebody should help him to hold the tail. If you don't hold it very well and it releases that male, that that knife, that blade can injure him, because you know the fish is feeling the pain, and he will use his tail to slap you, and if he slap the blade to your hand, that's an injury. Come on down.
Please, can we withdraw it back a bit, please?
Okay.
You can use the lens of our camera, please. We are obstructing people online.
So once you have that, you dry it with your tissue paper. So, and I want somebody to talk to me about this.
John is fine.
Don't somebody assess it and tell me.
One, it should be two. It should be two in most cases.
It should be two.
But sometimes you have one.
Sometimes you have one. That's why, you know, it happens in human being too. I know. What this one can do can be trillions, millions of. You have spermatozoa here that swims in millions. So even this one can do up to 100 kg of egg. Yes. So you don't say. Now who can assess this now? This is meat sack. Who can assess it? Good or bad?
This is good, sir.
It's good. Why do you say that?
You told us yesterday that it will be white.
So you look at it. This is the meat, and it should be paper white. And you see that this is white. This is the meat. This is where the meat is. This is where the spermatozoa are. So this is good. What about this one? What about this one? What about this one?
This looks dark.
What about this one? Who can tell me the difference between the two?
It looks pale dark.
Which one is good?
That one is
First one.
more better than this.
So now this one is the best. Why? You can see some whitish liquid inside here, while this one is clear. So this one now is what they call low sperm count. This one is what they call very good sperm count physically, but we don't know whether the spermatozoa is swimming or not. With that one you can't know, except that we'll take a drop and put it under a microscope and see what actually inside. But physically looking at it now, this one is better than this one. But as low as this one is also, it does not mean that it's totally bad. Sometimes when you buy male fish, this is what you get. You just go ahead and use it, and say, then you have hatchability. But hatchability is going to be low compared to what will happen here, all things being equal. So when you are picking your males, your broodstock, ensure that you have more males than females, because dealing with males is a chances of what? Game of chances, because you can't see what is inside. So ensure that you look for this. Now what do you do with this one now? You can use it for culture, you can give it to your gift. Now, that one now, you can also get another value from there. And that is, you cut the head and you remove the tissue. And you use it instead of you buying this. How much are you buying this now? Is it up to 20,000 now?
20.
Yes. But this is dollar now, it's important now. So, if you have your pituitary, you are saving some money.
What to do with the catfish?
Ẹ ti ní tó sáìsì sí lọ́dọ̀ yìí.
Ayé tó jẹ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Wọ́n ti tó number of years tí month yẹn. Àwọn yẹn kan wá 8 months. Nígbà kan wọ́n dẹ̀ ní bíi 12 months.
Wọ́n kì í rà dáadáa náà ní tí ì bá ṣe. Wọ́n kì í rà dáadáa náà ní.
Àwọn tẹ̀ fẹ́ lò fún ara wọn náà.
No, mo mean within this size. Wọ́n kì í rà dáadáa. Except you have supplies. No, owó ẹ̀ máa ṣe. Only 5,000, 7,000, 10,000 yẹn kan lọ́wọ́. So àwọn 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, people 10,000.
nǹkan tó ṣe ń sọ pé size yẹn mátà ni.
Àṣẹ wà lọ́dọ̀ yín bí mo ní bá dẹ̀ ní.
ẹ̀ẹ̀kan báyìí.
Mo bí kò tẹ̀ sí máa ṣẹ́ bá rà. Àwọn tó ń lò.
You can see that this one is even worse. So you can see that sizing does not determine what you get inside. So don't let anybody use size to deceive you. So what is important when you are picking the broodstock is what they call internal development. Internal development, gonadal development. That's what you need. You don't need the flesh. So don't let anybody use sizes. So and the maturity inside comes with age. Comes with age. So most of these fish, this gonadal development can tell you how old they are. You understand? Sometimes you can get a sperm sac that is as small as this, but it's going to be all white. Another thing that determines this is what you feed to your broodstock. At this stage now, there's what they call special feed for broodstock. Special feed for broodstock is specially formulated. It will be very, very high in protein, very low in fat. So if you use the same feed that you are using to grow table fish and you are feeding it to broodstock, you are just killing the internal organ. You understand? So what you need to do when you want to select your fish for broodstock is that number one, you feed them less. Their feeding is going to be, once in a day, and you also get a kind of, we talk about pellet size when we are talking today. You get a very big pellet size. Then after that, you ensure that they are not fed regularly. You feed them only once in a day, and you ensure that all other conditions is what is okay. Water, they are disease free, and you get the appropriate feed for what you want to use it for. Because as at that time, you are not growing the flesh anymore. What are you targeting? Inside, internal organ. That's what you are targeting. So at that moment, you need to balance, adjust what you are giving them. When you are doing the table fish, you want them to get flesh. So you feed them with something that will give them flesh. But when it's broodstock, you change their feeding. So that you can get what you need. So what is this now? This is the saline water we are talking about yesterday. Instead of you mixing salt and water and you don't get the weight and you don't get the scale, you can just go to the shop and buy this. Although inside this one, this is not the original water that comes with it. But maybe it is, I don't know, I'll ask them anyway. So you buy things like this from shop, you use it for these operations. So, and I said that we can do dry or wet mixing. So let's see what Stephen is going to do. Whether you want to ask a question?
Yes. At what age can you separate the broodstock from the table disease so that you give a special
treatment? As soon as your fish is reached 7 months, 7 months, you can pick from your stock for broodstock. So
you are still on the right track.
You start feeding them specially on a broodstock feed. You understand? Broodstock feed is sold in the market. There's brand broodstock feed. You can also formulate on your own. So listen to feed formulation very well today. So the cook protein is going to be less, the fat is going to be less. You understand? So the carbohydrate is going to be less. Then you ensure that you feed them sparingly so that they don't develop flesh and concentrate in the internal. Yes, that's true. So is this a water and salt solution or normal solution?
Stephen Salai.
Stephen Salai. So now, looking at what it's going to do, is it going to do wet or dry strictly? We don't know yet. So let's see the magic Stephen wants to perform. Because I told you, you have to be careful of ordinary water when you are doing this operation. Any water that has nothing to do with salt should not come here if you want to use water at all. So, but if you don't want to use water, fine. So that's dry mixing that we're talking about. So, but it's trying to make sure that the plate is clean from any residue, any bacterial infection, the one that you see, the one that you don't see. You make sure that that plastic is clean. And when you clean your plastic like this, you may clean it before the operation. You make sure that you put it in this condition, until you are ready to use them, so that you don't expose it again to atmosphere. So what is flying in the air that you don't see with your eyes may decontaminate and contaminate it again. So you have just decontaminated the materials that you wanted to use. So This one is coming from the word A. It's coming from the antilanta. So they are ready. So they are ready. Oh, now you see. Come and see what has just happened. Come and see what has just happened. What has just happened now is that it's over ready. So the tap has opened. So that accident occurs when you are not time conscious. You know, and when temperature changes also can also make you
so that I can script together.
wet that towel. So you see that the egg is already coming out because the time has passed. Because 9 p.m. yesterday, this is after 9. And when you look at the temperature, so you have to monitor the temperature.
Over labor.
Eh?
Over labor.
No, that's not over labor. No. That is latency period has expired. So you're supposed to have stripped it earlier than now.
Come this way.
Oh, yeah, somebody to hold the tail. If you have the towel in your hand, yes, hold it tight.
Hold the bowl. Because
Somebody should hold the bowl.
Definitely
And when you are
correct.
holding the bowl, no, don't worry, you do that. The bowl should be held to this one. You can't hold it from the back. Somebody should hold it from this side. Because when you start pressing it now, you'll be using out like a tap.
Oh.
egg is inside.
This one's ready.
So you continue to press
Plenty
until when you see a shot of blood.
Ayé ẹlẹ́nu tó bá ṣe tán.
That's the time you are going to stop. When you see that blood is
Ẹ bá
coming
rẹ̀ jẹ́ ẹnu.
Okay.
with what you are stripping, that's the point you are going to stop. So you continue to do that because all the eggs must come out. If the womb is not empty, it can cause infection for the fish, and you can lose this female fish.
Ah.
So you ensure that you empty that womb. Empty it. So when you see that point now, it's going to stop because the blood has started coming in. And you do gently that you don't stop the internal organs.
Ẹ bá rẹ̀
That
jẹ́
internal organs will be
ẹ bá ṣe é
Tens of
làwọn
millions.
ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó máa
it's
ń
a gift from heaven. So hold the tail because you can use that tail to waste all those eggs. So you just manage to slap that egg, everything scatter, yam pepper scatter. So avoid that. Don't let it happen.
Please, let's withdraw a bit with our
So that the
camera.
people online also
We are
can see.
obstructing people online.
Okay.
Okay, well, yes. Thank you.
These are your good stuff. Say they are in your good stuff.
So, which of the mesh should we use?
This cream one.
What in there?
That
And
drop
why
alone
we
is
did it?
million.
Àtọ̀nú.
Jericho is not by power. It's not by macho.
I said it's God's miracle.
It's gonad.
It's by knowledge.
So it's by knowledge. It's not by muscle. That's why you see muscular people. They are still begging God for picking. And you see some people, people like me, and they are born like they are given bad like. So you see that it's not by size. It's by gonadal development. Now, how many seconds do we say that thing will be active? How many seconds?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. You open it, so it must come in contact with the egg in 30 seconds. And then the micropyle of the egg is also open. So if you are holding that bowl, start shaking it. Start shaking it. Somebody should hold it and start shaking it until the spermatozoa touches all the egg. Shake it with every of your power. And you phone down, you shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. You will see that foam is happening. That's what they call some chemical reaction is taking place. So as that foam is happening, what is happening? The spermatozoa are moving. They are swimming. You are helping them to swim. And as soon as any egg open for spermatozoa, it will close. So when any spermatozoa comes to this egg and you know that it is filled up, you go to another looking for empty rooms. It's like if all of us is looking for room, you know, if you are plenty, and say everybody should go and look for empty room to stay. So once you enter your own, just lock your door. That's what happens. So they start moving around. Now to help them, that's what it's going to do now. It's going to put solution to make sure that their swimming is faster. So it's going to give them that solution so that their movement will be faster and faster and faster. Continue to shake. Don't worry about him. Continue to shake.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Will the eggs be affected if you use something like a spatula? Because normally we use.
Yes, we have a lot of deformity. That's why you see some fish, their head will be like this. Some their leg will be like this. Because when you touch that thing, it's very delicate and you can deform. You see a lot of deformity when the fries comes out. So it's better that you allow them to go at their own pace. So the best you can do is to put the saline water, you know. And if you know that your sperm sac is not thick and it's already watery, I will advise that you don't use water at all. Just ensure that, you know, the movement is going, because you have few population of spermatozoa in that kind of sperm. But like the one that is paper white, you know that they are there and they are going to stick together. So when you give them water, you allow them to spread around and move. So you continue to do this. Now when you look at it, what do you see? You can look at that egg and give us observation. What observation you see? You see some white eggs.
Yes.
Abi?
Yes.
Those ones are dead from arrival. They are dead. That ones are not hatched. They are not hatched. And they are not fertilized, sorry. They are not fertilized. So at that point, you begin to guess what is going to be my hatching rate. Who can give us the hatching rate from that?
Over
99.9, because the percentage of that white compared to the one that is green is very minimal. So give yourself 99.9%. This is what it's telling you. It's telling you that the head, the female fish is good. So if your hatching is bad, you don't look at the female. What do you look at? If your hatching, if by tomorrow now you see that they don't come out the way you expect, then what does that one tell you? It tells you that the male you will look into. For female, they are okay. Because if the female is bad, you will see a lot of white eggs at this point of fertilization. So you begin to say, my female fish, I have to do something about it. So if by tomorrow now, we come here and what we saw is not good, so we are going to look at maybe again. Keep your leg, keep your leg. What we call that. That's why I come with rubber shoes.
Sorry, please. With that, are we with camera? Can we, so that we allow people to see? I think we have distracted.
Okay, see. Now it's going to spread. Continue to do your work. Okay, continue to do your work. And I will start talking from here. See now, what is he doing now? He's spreading it on the kakaban. That's the mat. Normally, when the fish want to, you know, lay egg in the nature, they have to make what they call mats for themselves. So he's spreading it. And I said something yesterday. I said, as soon as the water touches ordinary water, what happens?
It's clogged.
Fertilization completed, and everything is locked up. You can't do any other thing again. So, okay, why is it that? Okay, we'll talk about it. So, and somebody online is asking why are we in a dark room? For two reasons. For two reasons, catfish that you are raising is a shy fish. So, they need that as soon as you leave here and you put off the light, they are very comfortable in a dark environment. They are bottom feeder. In the nature, they go under where there's darkness. So we want to mimic the environment where God created them to have best results. You reduce light penetration as low as possible. Number two, we want to create a warm environment here. Temperature should be high. Because I told you that these fish are tropical fish. Temperature will determine your results. Temperature will determine your results. You see, when you are setting up for your archery, ensure that you buy a temperature of what's the name that they call it now? Let's say there's small, thermometer that measures the atmospheric temperature. You put it in your archery, so you can tell exactly what is the temperature like when you are doing that job. When you are doing that job, or you use your phone. There are some apps you can download on your phone that will tell you the temperature of this place. You can download the app. You know, you can download the app on your phone, and you come in here, you look at the app, it will tell you the temperature of this place. Temperature should not be lower. When it's lower than 20, you extend the hatching time. You understand? But the best result for tropical fish is usually anything above 25. And after 32, you are still in the hand of God. So the range is from 27, 25 to 32. That is the best, where we get the best result. Now, he has spread the hedge. He has spread the hedge. This is the mat. Now, you have to do another observation. Let's say you are not there when they walk. By the time you come and you want to check what they have done, you look at it, the egg is spread, they are not coagulating. When the egg is bad, you see all this one now that they spread, they will be together. You know, they will be together. That means that the fertilization is bad. The hatchery, in fact, you can simply just throw it away because there's nothing to expect. There has been water contamination even before you bring it here now. So like it is now, you see. Now another thing is that before tomorrow morning, the one that we hatch and the one that we not hatch will also be clear by evening. By evening, you will see another set of egg that is white. That one is what they call abortion. The fertilization takes place. Maybe the spermatozoa died at the point of entry. You know, maybe it has lost vitality. That is the advantage of injecting male. You know, sometimes when the spermatozoa run and they run and they run and they eventually get to where they are going, they will just be exhausted and die. So that's an abortion. Another thing that can cause abortion in this kind of operation is temperature shock. Let's say we do it now, we are sweating now inside. Let's say now the rain start falling and it start falling till tomorrow morning. You understand? The temperature in this place will go down and abortion can also happen. Another thing that can cause abortion is the flow rate of this water. When oxygen depletion suddenly stop or low, or water is not coming in, abortion can also happen. Another thing that can cause abortion is pollution. Now you see that this water is becoming foam, Abi, but because of the volume, you didn't notice, you won't know, because it will continue to go out. That's a waste. H2S is happening now. H2S, hydrogen sulfide, is now being created because of chemical reaction. So it will continue to come. Let's say there's no outflow anymore, and this thing stagnated. By the time you come in, you see foam everywhere. This thing will cover everywhere. That means that oxygen is absent, H2S is present. How many of us can smell? You do consider that you are smelling something like gases? Yes, because of operation that is happening now. That's chemical operation that is happening here. So water, oxygen should happen. Now, there's something they call aerator. You can just put aerator at this point. Then another thing you can do that when it is 12 hours after, when it is 12 hours after you have done this operation, you can come and reduce the water completely. You reduce the water to half, so that the waste water will go out and you fill it again with fresh water
After 12 hours.
after 12 hours. Now, they told you yesterday during the water quality, water cannot be managed. You must get adequate water, right quantity and right quality. So ensure that you get that right. And when you do that, sometimes when I do this operation, we hand it over to God, because that is where God is. God is the giver of life. So, and when you do everything right, you expect for best result. So that's the end of this operation. This is the aerator tube. And this is what you can also use this one for biopsy. the one that you can inject, you can put inside the female and bring out. You can use this for biopsy. This is for aerator. This one is for aerator. Something that will bring, this is the aerator. So if they put it on now, it will be generating air, oxygen into this. So that this foam, you know, can be evaporated and there will be no more. Yes, this one is just going to things. Number one is reducing the rate of pollution and also reducing oxygen. So that's it. And one thing about the disadvantage of using this one is that it can lower your temperature. If you put this, if the water source is outside during the cold times, so the water that will be coming in, if it is not this